This is Channel Zero Satellite News. I am your anchor, Elijah Goog. It is now 12 o'clock Eastern. Today let's go to Elijah with the weather report.
Good evening. It is your weather every 10 minutes on Zero Channel Satellite News. It is 34 degrees in Bagram, 36 in Kabul, but feels like 34. It is 41 degrees in Kandahar and 30 degrees in Herat. It is 6:16 a.m. for the sunrise and 5:52 p.m. for sunset. Over on that side of the world, we have a new moon and a 20% chance of precipitation. We have a 87% humidity, rainfall 0.0 inches. There is no snow, as you can clearly tell. Pressure is 30.18 inches. Visibility is 6.2 miles. There are a few 2,000 feet scattered clouds, 7,000 feet mostly cloudy, 9,000 feet. We have a dew point of 30 degrees Fahrenheit and a wind speed and direction calm to the south-southwest. And that concludes your weather for today. Thank you for watching. Now back to you, Elijah.
And now let's go to Nicole Spiconi with the Afghanistan Culture Report.
And now here's a little on Afghans' culture and society. Islam is practiced by the majority of Afghans and governs much of their personal, political, economic, and legal lives. Among certain obligations for Muslims are to pray 5 times a day, at dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, and evening. Friday is a Muslim holy day. Most shops and offices are closed. Government offices and businesses may close on Thursday, making the weekend Thursday and Friday. During the holy month of Ramadan, all Muslims must fast from dawn to dusk and only are permitted to work 6 hours a day. Fasting includes not eating, drinking, cigarette smoking, or even chewing gum. Foreigners are not required to fast, however, they must not eat, drink, smoke, or chew gum in public. Afghani people generally prefer certain attire. Men wear conservative suits and shoes. Women must always dress conservatively and modestly. The general rule is to show as little flesh from the neck downwards. If working in business, women should wear knee-length, loose-fitting business skirts with loose-fitting trousers underneath. Wearing a headscarf is advisable. Hospitality is an essential aspect of Afghan culture. No matter who you are, if you visit a home, you will be given the best a family has. This relates back to the idea of gaining honor. If you're invited for tea, which you inevitably will be, you will be offered snacks and your tea glass will be filled constantly. When you have had enough, cover the glass with your hand and say bas, meaning enough. Bas.
Thank you, Nicole, for your wonderful culture report. Now let's go to Finn and Sergeant Odell for a war report.
Hi, this is Finn Kearns reporting live from Afghanistan. I'm here with Sergeant Odell on a quick war report. So, Sergeant Odell, how long have U.S. troops been in Afghanistan?
The United States troops have been in Afghanistan since 2001, after the 9/11 attacks.
How long have you and your squadron been in this camp?
Since August 2008, I've been deployed, and as for all the new recruits, well, obviously, as you know, they're new, and plus we have some corporals who've been out here for a few years, but other than that, there's not much more experience on this camp.
Where do you think Al-Qaeda is at this moment? Where do you think the real front line is, so to say?
The real front line, that's more of in the Hindu Kush Mountains, and but we're really not going to be up there because there's too much terrain that we need to cover. So we stay down here and keep the main city safe while we can. But you know, once you know what's going on, that's when people start to think you're crazy. So.
How do you think the war is affecting Afghani citizens?
It makes them feel like, I don't know, it's more of a demoralizing factor for them because it has them feeling that they have people in their own lands, and you know, when you have people in your own land, it kind of feels like you're not as pure as you once were, kind of thing. It's more of a pride matter.
Oh. Thank you for speaking with us today, and back to you, Elijah. Thank you, Elijah. And this is the World Report live from Afghanistan. Troops fighting here are under the International Security Assistance Force, or the ISAF, which was established December 2001 by the United Nations Security Council. The headquarters are here in Kabul, Afghanistan. Originally, the ISAF was in charge of securing Kabul and surrounding areas from the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and other warlords and negative people. This enabled the Afghan Transitional Administration to be established inside the capital. The ISAF is composed of soldiers from 42 countries, of which half of them are U.S. troops. The Afghan United Front, or the Northern Alliance, also helps to drive hostile forces out of Afghanistan. 11 countries have contributed 1,000 or more troops to the cause in Afghanistan. The U.S. and the U.K. are the two largest contributors. The U.S. having about 90,000 soldiers, and the UK contributing 9,500. NATO nations are the largest contributing in terms of military personnel. The NATO, or North Atlantic Treaty Organization, consists of North American and European countries who are bonded together by treaties over military and trade. By 2002, 18 countries were in the ISAF, and they were expected to grow about 5,000 troops. Currently, there are over 100,000 soldiers fighting in Afghanistan under the ISAF, 90,000 of which are our own U.S. troops. And that concludes today's World Report, and back to you, Elijah.
Thank you, Finn and Sergeant Odell, for that fantastic war report. I have Sergeant Odell still on the phone with me here for the report.
Good morning, Elijah. Just let me give you a rundown of all the more recent attacks. On January 17, 2010, there was an extremely heavy amount of gunfire on the capital of Kabul, which left government offices paralyzed for several hours. On February 26, 2010, a large group of militias targeted a hotel in Kabul. Up to 9 Indians, an Italian diplomat, and a French filmmaker were among the dead. This showed that attacks appeared to be aimed at Indian government officials. On August 6, unknown attackers ambushed an 11-member group of Christian charity organization. 10 of the 11 were killed. Only one was barely spared her life. As for the monetary cost to the United States, it has costed $383,620,000,000. That includes all of the branches in the military and their equipment, and that number is only going up. So I can't imagine how the government officials in the United States are going to handle this with our economy state right now. And as for the attack on January 17th, this was known. This is a very notorious attack. It basically left government unable to function for several hours due to an Al-Qaeda attack on the capital. As for the civilian casualty ratings, there are tens of thousands of dead Afghani civilians to my knowledge. Now, the number could be higher, but I know as for a fact that it's definitely not any lower than that. Now, they have Al-Qaeda and the Taliban have a way of disguising themselves to be among the civilian population. They don't dress in a uniform. They conceal their weapons, and before you know it, you don't know which one you're aiming at. You could be aiming at the one on the left, but that could be the wrong one, and your suspect had escaped all the way off to the right, and you could take out the wrong target, because everybody there is in civilian clothing, civilian attire, doing civilian activities until the gunfire breaks out. And when the gunfire finally breaks out, it is just mass confusion, because you have United States and UK and other countries' snipers, and you have ground militias for the United States and other countries all fighting these citizens or the Taliban or the Al-Qaeda, but nobody knows which one they're aiming at, so it's all confusion, and that's where the confusion leads to more of the Allies' losses. Now, I could see how one would say, well, it's simple, it's the one with the gun, but the thing is, in the heat of the action, you can't always tell which one has the gun, because there are just so many people around. They all are dressed so similarly. It's not like back in the day whenever you would say, hey look, that's that guy in the opposite uniform as me, that's my enemy, or that guy's in the same uniform, that's my ally. It's more of a matter of, alright, pick and choose, because hopefully you're going to get it right, and if not, you just killed an innocent person, and that never goes away. That's with you for your entire life. As far as our casualty rates are concerned, there are 1,493 for the United States, and there are close to another 1,000 from other countries. These numbers are very depressing, but are a wake-up call for many as to how real this war is. I can tell you, though, that the damage in Afghanistan is extremely extensive. The damage here could very well reach the hundreds of millions milestone. Now, this is not a good thing for a developing country after it has come out of so many years of war. And then it goes from the Soviets to us, and then us again, and then it's just, this damage is a major setback in the development of a key country in the Middle East. That pretty much covers the damage report. Thank you for having me, and I hope I've been a valuable asset. I must go, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
This is Elijah, your anchor, and that concludes the Channel Zero Satellite Action News Report. We now return you to your normal broadcasting of the University of Florida's football game. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Why so serious?
Do it!
About their attendance. No.
Good evening, this is Channel Zero Satellite News, and it is 12 noon Eastern Time.